It was because I want you to deal with this matter with the utmost discretion. For the moment, I don't want the upper echelons of our force to know about it. Clear?"
"Abundantly, ma'am."
"Good. Here, this letter arrived this morning. As you can see, it's addressed to me and was posted in the city centre yesterday afternoon after my press conference."
Ridgway scrutinized the unremarkable white envelope with its typed address before withdrawing the plain, triple-folded sheet of A4 paper. Unfolding it, he read, "Dear Aaliyah Fadkar," or "I'm sure you'd prefer Madam Commissioner, given your pompous love of titles and qualifications. Consider this carefully. Lord Robert instructed me to inform you that unless you publicly retract your calumnious diatribe against the criminal classes with a handsome apology, there will be dire consequences. Lord Robert wishes to inform you that many of his fraternity have an extensive cultural preparation, worthy of Conan Doyle's arch-villain. Furthermore, he firmly believes that nobody in the Metropolitan Police, not even your exalted self, can aspire to his unsurpassed intellect, and therefore he has issued this challenge through his humble servant, yours truly, viz., if the said public apology is not forthcoming by the first day of the next month to be circulated as a press release, the dire consequences will assume the form of a series of executions, 8 to be precise, which will only cease if the Metropolitan Police has the wit and cultural preparation to explain the theme underlying the killings in the minutest detail. If, and only if, by the 8th murder, how I dislike that term, your minions have not reached a solution, the 9th, the master killing, will reveal all to even the dimmest of your detectives. May I suggest, Madam Commissioner, that you swallow your inordinate pride and issue the most grovelling apology that your arrogant nature is capable of. I remain your and Lord Robert's humble servitor, one whose name is writ in blood." Unsurprisingly, there was no signature. Aaliyah Fadkar indicated a seat, its padded surface inviting Mal to sink into its softness. "Before you take that down to forensics, Mal, I'd like to discuss the contents. Let me begin by saying that I have no intention of succumbing to the writer's threat. What sort of an impression of police competence would a grovelling apology to the criminal fraternity convey?" "Of course, ma'am, it's out the question. And there's no guarantee that this is other than a crank, getting himself off and threatening the most high-ranking police officer in the UK.
Strictly speaking, Mal, all chief constables are my peers."
"Not for modesty, I wouldn't think."
He ingratiated himself with his schoolboy smile. "What are your impressions of the writer and their threat? And what makes you think the sender is male?"
"The whole tone of the thing. The writer's thrown in a few long words to make us think he's educated, maybe to graduate level, and added the last line to highlight that he's a cultured fellow. You'll recognise the allusion, ma'am?"
"Yes, indeed. A twist on John Keats' epitaph."
"Quite so. Clever, really, substituting blood for water. In that way he gets 2 messages across simultaneously."
"Yes, he wants to underline that he's cultured. But what do you make of this reference to a Lord Robert?"
"Not a lot, ma'am. It may simply be a red herring. He wishes to insinuate that he works for a peer of the realm."
"We'll leave no stone unturned. There can't be that many Lord Roberts."
"That's as good a starting point as any, but, you know, many people love to christen their kids Prince, Duke, etc. So this Lord Robert might be a black guy from Brixton, say."
"I can see you're already thinking laterally, Mal. That's why I wanted you on the case. But what about a DI? Do you have anyone in mind?"
Ridgway scratched the short hair at his greying temple with his forefinger. "Given the delicacy of the case, ma'am, I think the best call is D.I. Vance."
"Jacob Vance? Jake the Rake?"
"He did have a bit of a reputation as a ladies' man, ma'am, when he was a young constable, but there's no truth in it. He's been happily married to Helena for 16 years. It was his manner whenever he was near skirt that gave him his unwarranted fame. He's moved on. I've always found him a perfect gent."
I see. I had wondered.
She smiled ambiguously.
He works with D.S. Shepherd. They have an almost telepathic understanding. A good team. Smart girl, Shepherd. I've followed some of their cases.